Welcome to another video about Assassin's Creed game. Assassin's Creed was a game with a lot of potential in 2007, but it didn't live up to its promise. The game had some impressive features, but the developers made some mistakes along the way. The story was not very good, the gameplay was repetitive, and the artificial intelligence was not very smart. As a result, Assassin's Creed didn't become one of the greatest games of its time, but just another action game. In the game you play as Altair, a member of Assassins, a group of people who committed political murders between 11th and 13th centuries. The game is set in Middle East during the Third Crusade, and the cities in the game are very well researched, and looks like they did it in that time. However, there are some strange things in the game that makes it clear that it's not entirely accurate. The story in the game is important, but it is a big problem, because there is a big twist in the story that is revealed too early. This ruins the rest of the story, because the surprise is given away in the beginning. The parts of the game that focus on Altair are interesting, but the story parts make the game less fun to play. This is a shame, because developers clearly put a lot of effort in the game. The way Altair talks in Assassin's Creed is really bad.
Schemes like you are put to rest.
He speaks with American accent and sounds like he's not very good at acting. This is a problem, because he talks a lot in the game. The sounds in the game are not very good either. You hear the same things over and over again, and there's not much music. The story in the game is not great, but the gameplay is what matters. Assassin's Creed had some good things and some bad things. There are 3 major cities in the game, and each one is divided in 3 sections. You have to assassinate someone in each section. Viewpoints in Assassin's Creed are not just a visual spectacular. They also serve as a practical purpose during the assassination missions. By using them, players can identify individuals of interest to gather information on their target for a successful assassination. Each assassination requires investigation around half a dozen people, with a minimum 3 necessary for the most missions. However, the game's mini-quests for these investigations can become repetitive. While these tasks can be appreciated for their realism, they quickly become uninteresting. Assassinations themselves are enjoyable, allowing for stealthy approaches or direct attack. However, attempting stealth can often fail, turning the mission into a brawl. Following the assassinations, players are focused into extensive conversation with the victim, who always conveys the message of being detective. While the main assassinations are one of the strongest elements of the game, the slow packing of the story can be frustrating. Upon completing the assassination, player must escape the guards, noticed and make their way to the Assassin's Bureau, which can't be accessed while being chased. The chase sequences are enjoyable, but the players must be cautious not to draw too much attention. This can make traveling through the city without being spotted slow and challenging. For those who dislike sneaking around, Assassin's Creed is not very good. Altair can also drop off the edge of the roof and climb back to attack the guards from behind. However, the combat system is not straightforward and requires players to learn the rhythm to master it. The animation system in Assassin's Creed is impressive, making the movements of Altair feel fluid and realistic. The open worlds are visually stunning. Although Assassin's Creed has many great aspects, it falls short of its potentially due to repetitive gameplay and some designing choices. In the final hour of the game, the focus is on combat rather than stealth or rooftop running, which may disappoint players who prefer those aspects of the game. When you first start playing Assassin's Creed, it may seem like an amazing game. However, as you play more, you might get bored of the repetitive tasks and 2 different stories. There are some great parts of the game, but they are hard to enjoy because there are so many bad parts. On the positive side, exploring and fighting are enjoyable aspects of the game, but they don't make up for the game's other flaws. And there you have it, my review of Assassin's Creed first game in the franchise. See you on the next one.